Story, The Little Heroes and the Arrogant Crow. One day in Oakwood Forest, little rabbit Flick received an important message on his super smart woodland pad device. He said, "It looks like Mr. Gray the wolf needs our help." Mr. Gray told Flick, "Look, all my tree bark fell into the rushing river. The river is fast and scary. I want to get my bark back, but I'm afraid." Flick said, "This is a super big problem, and a super big problem needs us, the forest guardians. Calling all forest guardians to the elm tree library." Flick, Sneaky the snake, Gray the wolf, and Barty the bird met at the elm tree library. Flick said, "Together we will solve Mr. Gray's problem." Mr. Gray said, "My tree bark fell into the rushing river, and I'm scared to get it back. What can I do?" Flick said, "When we have a problem, we look in a book." Barty the bird waved his magical wings. He said, "Feathers and breeze, breeze and feathers. Book come out, please, please, please." A book flew off the shelf. The title was Chip the Brave Squirrel and the Arrogant Crow. Flick said, "We need to jump into this book to find the answer to Mr. Gray's question. It's time to transform." In a flash of colors, the forest guardians transformed into superheroes. Flick the rabbit with brave leap power. Sneaky the snake with clever flexibility power. Gray the wolf with calm wisdom power. Barty the bird with farsight power. They climbed into their flower boat's flyers and said, "Forest guardians, to the rescue." Then they flew into the book. Barty said, "Zoom! We're in the Chip the Brave Squirrel and the Arrogant Crow book." Flick said, "This book is about Chip the squirrel. Chip wants to reach the big hazelnut tree, but he's afraid. An arrogant crow is guarding it there." Gray said, "That's just like my problem. I'm afraid of the rushing river, just like Chip is afraid of the crow." The forest guardians found Chip. Sneaky asked, "Are you going to face the arrogant crow?" Chip said, "Yes, I am, but his call is very loud and scary. How will I get past him?" asked Chip. Barty the bird, to the rescue. Barty said, "With my farsight ability, I can see that Crowcross is very proud of his voice, but he hates sudden noises." Barty said, "Look, Crow is showing off his voice on a tree branch. We need to find a way to annoy him." Gray had an idea. "If only we could distract Cross, then Chip could get to the nuts." Gray the wolf to the rescue. Gray wisely wagged his tail and said, "I can let out a short, sudden howl. This will annoy Cross. Whoop, surprise!" Gray let out a short howl. Cross was surprised and flew a few meters away. One by one, everyone tiptoed past the tree. They were trying to be very quiet. "Shh," whispered Gray. They snuck past the tree. Chip cheered, "Hooray!" Cross returned. "Caw!" Chip is scared. Barty said, "Don't be scared, Chip." Chip said, "But crow calls scare me. My story says so. See? What can I do?" Flick the rabbit, to the rescue. Flick said, "I can change the story and save the day." He changed the sentence. He swapped the words Chip and crow. Zap! The new sentence said, "The crow loves shiny things more than cawing." Chip yelled, "Look, something shiny." Crow Cross noticed something shiny on the ground. He stopped cawing and flew to pick it up. Barty said, Now you don't have to be scared, Chip. Just talk to the crow. Chip said, "Oh, crow, let me take some nuts." And the crow flew away, playing with the shiny object. Chip came down from the tree. He said, "Great job, Chip." Chip said, "Thank you for helping me be brave." Barty said, "You're welcome." Flick said, "It's time for us to go. Goodbye, Chip. Goodbye, Crow." The forest guardians hopped into their flower boats. They flew out of the story and back to the elm tree library. Mr. Gray said, "Now I know what I have to do. I have to be brave, just like Chip was brave." Mr. Gray ran to the river. He said, "Excuse me, river, my tree bark fell here. May I please have it back?" The river, with a gurgling sound, said, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pull your bark," and it returned the bark to Mr. Gray. Mr. Gray told his friends, "I was so brave. I got my tree bark back from the river." Everyone cheered. "Way to go, Gray! Hip, hip, hooray! The forest guardian saved the day. We changed the story. We solved the problem. We worked together so. Hip, hip, hooray! The forest guardian saved the day."